Respected dear family members, yesterday we answered 6 questions in Malayalam. Today I shall try to answer the same questions in English so that others will also get the benefit out of that. Many people outside Kerala, non-Malayalis, they started writing to me saying that it should be in English. So I thought, even though the number of viewers of the YouTube, when I deliver the lecture in English, the number is less, still I found it will be useful for non-Malayalis. The first question, can you say the God is a human being? Simple answer. For human beings, it is easy to imagine the God in the human form. For a human being, if the image is that of a human being, then it is easy for him to keep in the mind, to remember and also to remind. In fact, the ultimate God, whether it is existing or not existing, Prajnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, and that divine power, Rupam Rupa Vivarjitasya Bhavato Dhyayena Yatkalpidam, that particular God does not have any Rupam, any size or any shape or anything. But for an ordinary man at his level to imagine about the God, giving the human form, that will be the best. But in India, we also give the image of animals or trees or plants and so on. So really the God does not have any size and shape, but for human being we keep the image in the form of God. What is meant by incarnation and how it is connected with the God? Really, the Dashavadara, the 10 incarnations, I will say the 10 avataras. Avatara means the celestial body coming to earth. Ava means down to earth. Tara means celestial body. Malsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimhoda Vamana Ramo Ramascha Krishna Kalki Iti Dedesha. It is just a demonstrative form of Darwin's evolution theory. The life started in the ocean, water. That is the first avatara, Malsya. When those animals got their birth in the ocean, water, slowly evolved and the evolution reached to a level where the same animal can live in water and on the land. So that is a tortoise. So Malsya can live, fish can live only in water, whereas tortoise amphibia can live in water and land. So second avatara. Then the third animal, Varaha, the pig, which cannot live in water. The third level of evolution, which can live only in the land. Malsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimha. Narasimha, partly human form and partly animal. Just like we can see the monkeys or the gorillas or so and so. They are partly human being and partly animals. And then Malsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana. The evolution goes for the size of human shape, and just like the pupil in Arctic Ocean, the dwarf pupil having 4 feet height, Vamana. Vamana means dwarf. Narasimha Vamana. Then comes Parashurama. So the human form and size, shape reached an optimum level. So physical evolution is over, and first physically evolved human being did not have any rule or nature. They followed only their nature. There is no rules and regulations for them. Parashurama. Then comes Sri Rama. That level of evolution is the evolution in the intellectual form, where a country is evolved, the boundary for the country, the rulers, the kings, the ministers, the legal system, and everything got evolved. Ramo, Ramascha, Ramascha. Then comes the agricultural aspect connected with the Balarama, and then Lord Krishna, Ramo, Ramascha, Ramascha, Krishna. Sri Krishna or Lord Krishna is the 9th level of the evolution of the animal system, where people can think about the past, present and future. The management handling human beings, connecting the past, connecting the present, connecting the future, connecting the success and connecting the failure, planning, evolving, assessing, justifying, encouraging, motivating, activating. These are all the things connected with the human being which are not connected with the animals. So when we reach the level of Lord Krishna, intellectually optimum grown human being can be seen. And finally the Kalki, Gadgi, the word means those who are carrying the sword. And you can see Kalki Avadara is people dealing with weapons, annihilating themselves. Now you can see, as Albert Einstein said, if a third world war is happening, what will be the weapons, what are the weapons used, that cannot be explained at all. If a fourth world war is coming, I am very sure that in the fourth world war, only bows and arrows will be used. In the fourth world war, bows and arrows will be used, but I do not know what will be the weapons used for the third world war. So, if the third world war happens, then the human beings will be wiped out from the surface of the globe earth, at least from those countries which are participating in the third world war due to the atomic weapon. So that is the Kalki Gadgi Avadara, killing among ourselves with the power or ego. So 10 level of Avadara, it is naturally the nature's rules and regulations followed there. The next question, whether there is any size or shape for God. For us to imagine size, shape, these are all needed. Even for a chemist, if he wants to produce a particular molecule, he has to make it using atom type of globules. Green atom, black atom for carbon, blue atom for nitrogen, green atom for oxygen, and black globule with 1.5 centimeter globe, small spherical shape. They are all connected to make the imaginary picture of the molecule which that fellow wants to make. So, for making a molecule which cannot be seen through the eyes, we need a prototype. We need a prototype molecule. Just like when for understanding about the galaxies, the solar systems, we have to make the picture or prototype we have to make. Then only we can. So for Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan, smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest, we need prototype images. So just like that, for imagination, we have to have an image. That image for a human being will be ideally a human image. That is why Srishti Sthiti Samhara, Lord Vishnu itself is the cosmic form. It's bigger than the biggest. We cannot imagine with our mind because it cannot be seen through our eyes. Yat chakshusha na pashyadi, that cannot be heard through eyes and through ears and studied. Yat srotrayana na shrunudam, that cannot be even imagined by our mind. En manasa na manude, enahur manomatam. So, for imagination we need an image. For human being, the best image is human form of image. That is why we give size and shape. How the God talks. God will never talk. But for us to understand the good and the bad taking place in the world, good and bad taking place in the world, they are all presented as the conversation of the God or conversation of the nature. Whether Lord Shiva talks, Vishnu talks, or Brahma discusses, Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati, they discuss. They never discuss. There are not people like Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Parvati. They are all imaginary pictures. Trimurti Sankalpa, Trishakti Sankalpa. Sankalpa means arbitrarily fixing. Ganesha Sankalpa. Similarly, Muruga, Subramanya is a Sankalpa. So Sankalpa means arbitrarily fixing. We are imagining that word. When they discuss, so-called discussion or talking each other or conversing, it only conveys the message to us that the good and bad as stories conveyed to us. How can have the emotions of human beings in the God? Whether the God has got emotions. As I told you, God itself is an imaginary concept. And whatever emotions we are depicting in the God, it's nothing but human emotions demonstrated through the God. That's all. Human emotions demonstrated through the God. The God does not have any emotions or anything. How the stories of the gods are spreading. Generally, stories of animals, stories shown in the movie, stories shown in the serials, or stories taught in Mahabharata, or the experiences of Ramayana. These are all exclusively or mainly meant for conveying the good and bad in our life, to make the people feel that they should move from bad to good. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. They should shift from bad to good. They should shift from darkness to light. They should shift from a tensionful life to tensionless life, for which they need the messages. For lower level people, the messages cannot be given directly. It will be easy for them to understand the messages through stories. That's why the stories of the gods are given in 18 Puranas and in 18 Upapuranas. In Mahabharata, stories are given connected with the animals. And in Puranas, stories are given connected with the gods, rishis, kings, ordinary people, and so on. So gods are talking in Puranas, not because they are talking, but through them we are conveying the message of a good, useful, purposeful, fruitful and meaningful life. I am very sure that you could understand the points connected with the Hindu Dharma. My pranams to you. Thank you very much.